In this video, we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you would not want to move to San Luis Obispo, and we're getting to it right now. Hi guys, this is Verenice White with Goodell and White Real Estate Group, brokered by eXp Realty here in SLO County, San Luis Obispo County. And if this is the first time that you've been to our channel and you want to know everything there is to know to live, work, eat, sleep, and play, well, hey, this is the channel for you. So be sure to tap on that subscribe button, hit that bell to get notified every time we do a new video. And guys, we're getting calls, texts, emails each and every day from people wanting to move or relocate here, and we just absolutely love it. We're local brokers, we grew up here, raised our kids here, and we want to share as much as we can with you. So just be sure to reach out to us, give us a call, shoot us an email, let us know what we can do for you, because we've got your back when you're moving to the Central Coast, California. All right, friends, so here we go. I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why you would wanna think about things before you move to San Luis Obispo, the 5 reasons why you might not want to move here. So again, I'm just gonna give you the facts. I've lived here for over 40 years. I grew up here, raised my kids here, but I need to give you the information because this town is not for everybody, even though I love it and I want to tell you as much about it as I can. I'm gonna tell you the truth about it and some things that you need to take note of. All right, so here we go. Number 1 are the amenities. We do not have the big city amenities. What does that mean? Well, we don't have huge, we have outlet stores in North County and Pismo Beach, but we don't have like you would see in a traditional city, you know. We don't have a Nordstrom's, we don't have the Macy's, we do have a Lululemon in San Luis, but we just don't have that high quality, if you will, shopping stuff. So even with the chain restaurants, we got our Trader Joe's here in South County, and we just went berserk. So those types of things, you're gonna have to go to Santa Barbara, which is an hour and 20 minutes south of us, or we're between San Francisco and LA. And then for furniture shopping as well, we have some really nice little boutique shops here. But that to have a variety and with the bigger areas, you're going to have more inventory available for choices and things of that nature, and we just don't have that. So we're more of the little cafes, the mom and pop's place. We have a lot of history here. A lot of Cal Poly students have opened businesses around here, so we're more of those smaller businesses. And that's just what we have, a little downtown area in most of our towns, either North County and down to South County. Each little area has their own little thing, so you can walk to places, we're very dog friendly, so that's kind of the plus of it too. But just be aware that we just don't have the big amenities that the cities do offer, but we just have our little charming towns and areas all throughout the whole county, each of them very specific and very unique. So, just make note of that. We just don't have that here. Okay guys, so number 2, it's transportation and commute. So what I wanna make you aware of is that we are an area that doesn't provide that much public transportation. We have the SCAT bus, and that can take you throughout the county. But it's just not like a huge part of our community. What you will see are people bike riding and things of that nature, that are pretty much the most like health advocate people. But to say that we have some sort of infrastructure for public transportation for you to get to work or things like that, we just don't facilitate that. So 70% of the community here commutes to their jobs. So, that's just something that you should be aware of. There are a small portion also carpools. So in this particular area, you're just gonna have to have a good, reliable car. You know, if you're coming from maybe the Bay Area or other states that you're used to having that public transport, you're probably gonna need to get a reliable automobile or just something that gets you to point A to point B here. And our commutes here, the average for a person in San Luis, either direction, North County or South County, which we've talked about. San Luis is in the middle in the county. So it's about an average of 15 to 20 minutes each direction to get to where you need to get to. And then depending on the roads, you know, we have a lot of finger roads around here, but it's generally a pretty easy commute. We do have some times of the day. It seems that since 2010, our commute times are getting longer and longer, but for the most part, you know, it's starting earlier and earlier every year. It seems like on the Highway 101, that by 3:30-ish in each direction, it's starting to just get a little bit heavier, you know, on the 101 getting to north or south of San Luis Obispo. So just note that the commute time is that, and that we just don't have too much public transportation available in our area. Okay, so number 3 is to take note of perhaps maybe why you would not want to move to San Luis Obispo is because it is a college town. And so, you know, you're gonna have higher density housing. If you're near perhaps a house that's being rented, you know, you might have some college kids around you and just you're gonna have to deal with it, and that might not suit you. So if you're like retiring or something like that, you're gonna have to check out the neighborhoods and make sure that you don't get around the college areas. So you obviously want a professional or someone that knows the area here. So you're gonna land somewhere that's gonna fit your lifestyle, and you're not going to be, you know, disrupted with parties and whatever, you know, all the things that college kids do. So just make note of that. But on the other flip side of that, well, you know, colleges bring in so much art, so much activities for the community, and there's constantly things going on, events in downtown San Luis as well that facilitates that, you know, the college environment. So that might not be a bad thing too, but it's just something that you should consider as you're scoping out San Luis Obispo. Okay guys, so number 4 is affordability in San Luis Obispo. Something for you to think about, a reason maybe you will not want to move here. So let's talk about it. And this is the way it has been forever. It has not made sense what our jobs offer here to what affordability, the housing is, right? So what the medium price, there's the average price point and there's a medium price point. Our medium price point is $825 and our average price point is $976 to $229. What does that mean? So the way you would think average is what you should kind of base it off of, but this is how it works. I'm going to give you an example. So let's say you have 6 sales from 100,000 to 6 million, right? Everything in between. You add those up, and let's say it was about $1 million. Then the middle one is 200. So that is what the median price point would be, and the average. So the median would be the $825, and so the average would be the $976 to $229 that I mentioned for San Luis Obispo today. You know, things change, markets change, but this is what my information is for you currently. So what that means is from the, you know, let's say something sold for 10 million and then you've got the lowest 300. These are all single family residents. So the average of all of that has been sold so far is that number, the 976 to 229. The median is the 825 because that's right in the middle from everything that's descending and ascending of where it lands right in the middle. So that's what I would say, that's the best gauge to use for right now. That's still high. So we're talking about things that you should think about. If you're coming from another state, another area, even within California, there's always that sticker shock. So even if you're a cash buyer, which we're seeing a lot of, you know, you're going to get your county tax for property taxes is, I'm just going to use a round number, 1%. So if you have a purchase price of $500,000 at 1%, you're going to be about a $500 a month property tax base there. So and then on top of that you have your taxes and your insurance on that. So just something to think about. But again, you're in California. Welcome to Cali, baby. And you're by the beach. And this is just the medium price point. There's obviously more homes available. The city is on their agenda right now. They're really trying to get more affordable housing, more workforce housing. So, it's in the works, but that's just where we're at today. And that has been historically a comment that is always made, is how are people affording homes here. So just the affordability is something that you need to think about with the housing. But I'm always going to say this, as I have told you, I grew up here, is that we are still the most affordable, I believe, in California near the Pacific Ocean. So just something to consider. There's some sweet spots that you can find that can get you real close to the beach without that high ticket price. So, but that's where it's at. Just note of that affordability. All right, guys, here is the deal. Number 5. This is the 5th reason that you should probably consider of a possibility of maybe why you would not move to San Luis Obispo. And that's the job opportunities. What does that mean to you? Well, depending on what occupation you're coming from wherever you're moving from, you need to take into consideration what is available here and what is going to make sense for you. I get phone calls all the time from the medical field, educational industry, just all over the place. And when you're used to getting paid a certain amount from a bigger city, you're probably going to need to expect a good 20 to 30% reduction in what might be even your starting point there. So you're gonna need to do some homework there. I'm gonna try to give you something to kind of chew on what we actually have in our area, broken down in numbers by employment and then by industries. So you can figure out, if you're a business person, what's moving with these numbers are with people that are employed in San Luis Obispo, and then also the industries that we have. And then we're going to break them down in the most specialized and then the highest paid. So just to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what our area offers, and then that gives you some information for you. Okay, so we're going to get started. All right, so number 1, we're going to talk about some numbers from employment from occupations. So in the last few years, we've seen about a 20% plus increase in these particular occupations. So we're going to break them down. So there's education, there's food services and everything related to food services, and sales, everything related to sales, and those types of occupations. So that would be, car salesmen, brokers, real estate, any kinds of sales, retail sales, those types of things. So we do have that. Those numbers are a majority. Those are the most common. Now the most specialized. So compared to other places, San Luis Obispo has a high number in architectural engineering, and also in food preparation and all the serving services that are also in line with the food preparation. And the third one is farming, fishing, and agricultural industries. So those are our top 3 more specialized industries in our area. So the highest paid in San Luis Obispo by residents are the legal occupations. Then we move on to the health industry and anything like technicians, anything of that nature, law enforcement workers, and supervisors. So those are the highest paid employments that we have here in San Luis Obispo County. Okay, friends, so when I'm saying highest paid, I'm ranging from 90,000 down to about 77, high 70s, So again, those are things that you need to kind of consider and weigh out. The other thing is that we are a huge advocate and supporter of entrepreneurship, but small businesses. So that is something that in San Luis Obispo, you can definitely consider if that's something that you've been thinking about. But if you're employed, looking for employment to go from one area to the next, we're gonna really have to connect you with people in the area that can guide you through that process, you know, through the local chambers. Obviously, we can help you as real estate brokers and let you try to figure out if it's going to make sense for you. So you would need to decide if the pay cut is worth living here on the Central Coast by the beach and everything that it has to offer. Okay, so there's the breakdown of the jobs available here in our area. Obviously, we can go into more detail. So I hope that you found that information valuable to you right now as you're trying to figure out if San Luis Obispo is the right spot for you. So friends, the only way that we can help you find that sweet spot here in SoCal County is you've got to reach out. You've got to give us a text, pick up the phone, give us a call, you know, shoot us an email. However you need to go get a hold of us, day, evening, weekends, anytime, it does not matter. You need to reach out to us so we can help you out with anything that you may need. So until the next video, we'll catch you later.